Yo, what's up? It's your boy M Breezy back at it again, man, with another video. What's up, YouTube? What's up, Cowboy Nation? Y'all already know how it go, man. Cowboy news y'all want, Cowboy news y'all gonna get. But first, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. So every time I put a video out, you gotta be the first one to see it. Let's get right into it, man. Dak Prescott, as we all know, man, this guy stays in the news. It's 24/7, man, on all talk shows and all sport media platforms, social media platforms. And you know, like they say, man, Dak Prescott he's the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, and he's a polarizing player. And so, you know, and he's making a certain amount of money. And you got some guys out here calling Dak Prescott elite, but then you got some guys that call Dak Prescott average. We know who those guys are that call him Dak Prescott elite. Of course, you know it's gonna be some Cowboy fans, some Dak Prescott supporters. Now, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan too, but it's hard to support Dak Prescott when the guy plays the way he plays. And you know, it's one thing for people in the media to talk about Dak Prescott, that, you know, the guys that journalists that have never played the game. But then again, it's another thing when your contemporary come out and start to say things about you, the guys that play in the NFL or the guys that are in the NFL now. So you can say what you want, man, but some point at a time, people got to see things for what they are. And if Dak Prescott is just a regular average quarterback, then Dak Prescott is just an average regular quarterback. You can't, I mean, you can say all the things you want to say about Dak Prescott for the guys that support Dak Prescott. But there are people out here in the sports world that can see that Dak Prescott is not all what it's cut out to be. He get all the hype for all the wrong reasons. You know, Dak Prescott, he's a good leader, all this, that, and the third. But sometimes good leaders don't always mean you're gonna, you know, go out and win Super Bowl. And this guy can't even get to a championship game. And he just what is he now? 2-4 in the playoffs. And he's going into his 8th year, and the guy is demanding another big payday, which is gonna really handicap the football team. But some guys, some fans, that they don't care about that. They feel like the Cowboys can't start over. They feel like the Cowboys can't have these down seasons, you know. And you remember a while back when Jerry Jones said that he only want to be in the middle, but it seems like some of these fans, they are pretty consistent with Jerry Jones. They want to be in the middle too. What's the point of having a quarterback that's making all this money and somewhat handicapping the team? But we always, then every year at the end of the season, it always ends the same way. What's wrong with trying to start over, man? What's wrong with trying to get a young quarterback? If this season don't work out, why not try to go out and get somebody young, a good young quarterback? Just maybe even another average quarterback that know how to read defenses and know how to throw the football accurate. It don't have to be this guy that's making $50 million a year as a quarterback. It don't take all that to win in this league for that amount of money, especially when you got a good team already built around you. And Dak Prescott has had the team built around him for a long period of time, but this guy just cannot seem to get over the hump. But Plexico Burress was on the Carson show the other day, on the show that come on Fox Sports 1 early in the morning. Right now, I think he's taking the place of Skip and Shannon's show, Undisputed, because those guys are no longer together anymore. But we're going to take a listen to what Plexico had to say about Dak Prescott.
You put him on, he's still Dak Prescott.
Gotcha. Yeah. But he gets a little extra bump because he's on the Cowboys.
He's on the Cowboys.
Right?
I believe he's reached his ceiling as a quarterback.
You do?
With the Dallas Cowboys.
Do you think the Dallas Cowboys can win with Dak Prescott?
They can win, but they won't win a championship with him.
Wow. Put that out there. Hot take Jones right there.
As you can see, man, like he said, the guy's right, man. You know, you're gonna win some with Dak Prescott. Like Dak Prescott wins. He's gonna win games from time to time, and you're gonna get all these, you know, some of these fans, Cowboy fans, overhyping, because you're gonna win some games against those, like I say, those subpar teams. And they're gonna come out and talk about how elite Dak is, this, that, and the third. Then the next week, play a good team, then the Cowboys lose. Then back to the excuse making for Dak Prescott. It's always gonna be something with this guy, man. Like, you know, like all quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Somehow this guy get more praise for not doing nothing. But when they had Tony Romo, and Romo was doing it, they call him Tony Turnover. We can't win on it. Romo need to get somebody else in here. And you know, it just is what it is, man, when it comes to being a fan for the Dallas Cowboys. But like I said, this guy, I always somehow seem to get breaks, man. I want to point out one game in particular about not last season, but the season before last. Y'all remember when we played the Denver Broncos and they had Teddy Bridgewater with the quarterback? Y'all remember that game? Went to the halftime. We were down by 30-0 for Teddy Bridgewater and the Denver Broncos. 30-0 we was down, and the Broncos lost the next 2 or 3 games in a row. So those kind of games that irks my nerve, man. Like I said, when you play a team with a good defense, this is when you see this guy's struggles come out, and you can't ignore it, man. It's just facts. It is what it is. Because it seems like pretty much every time we play a good team, we always go into the halftime trailing. And then in the second half, when the game's about over with, and Devin Dak get those garbage yards, everybody try to call Dak Prescott elite. I don't see it that way, and a lot of guys like me feel the same way. But you're gonna have all kind of fan, man, with mixed emotion, man. So they're just being a part of the nature of being a Dallas Cowboy fan. Okay, we're gonna take a listen to what Phil Simms had to say. Not Phil Simms, his son, Chris Simms, had to say about Dak Prescott on Pro Football Talk with Tom Florio, and then we're going to come back with some more commentary.
All right, here we go. Number 13 on the Chris Simms Top 40 Quarterback Countdown. Dak Prescott. Holy crap. Dak Prescott, number 13?
Yes, sir.
Below the likes of Daniel Jones and Kirk Cousins? Oh,
yes.
Boy. I bet they love you in Dallas today.
Well, I don't know. Again,
this guy got Dak Prescott ranked number 13 in the NFL out of all quarterbacks coming into this season, behind Kirk Cousins and Daniel Jones. Man, that says a lot.
The last time I checked, the Dallas franchise was throwing their quarterback under the social media bus, weren't they? So, they might be right along with me here in this conversation. I think the thing I would say about Dak Prescott, listen, he's good at everything. He's not elite at anything.
Dak Prescott is good at everything, but he is not elite at anything. Man, hey, that's pretty damning right there, man. That hurts right there. Ouchie. Hey, that hurts you right there, man. Dak Prescott, man, if you're hearing this, man, you got to come out this year and do something about this, man, because you can't have all these guys talking about you, man, calling you out like this, and man, and then you don't come out and do nothing about it, man. Hey, come on, Dak Prescott.
And last year, he missed more throws than ever before in his career. Missed more throws, plays on the field, played some bad football in some of the biggest moments of the year. I think those are the things that I look at a Dak Prescott to.
Those teams over 500 with good defenses and in the playoffs when you're playing good teams.
Where he's down a little bit, listen, he's still real good quarterback. He can lead your team to the promised land. I truly believe that. He's a tremendous leader. He's the guy you want to lead your franchise. He's tremendous in the aspect of he's a guy that can take all the crap that goes along with being the Dallas Cowboy quarterback, whether that's media attention or, your owner throwing you under the bus there. But at the same time, hey, he's a good runner, but I don't put him in the elite running category like some of the other quarterbacks in football, right? And then I also think his arm is not in the upper crust of the NFL. It's not in that class of the, top tier laser throwers in the league.
Like I said, the guy is a very inaccurate quarterback. Hey, I'm not the only one that sees that. There's a lot of people that out here in the sports world sees that, and this guy here was a former quarterback. So hey, I guess everybody wrong about Dak Prescott.
It's somewhere between 10 and 15. So again, there's a lot of things I like, certainly, but I think the way he played last year, that he can be better than that, and he lost his way a little bit in some of those games and did not play his best football, lost his mechanics, and lost control of the football. I think more than people realize if they really broke him down and watched it.
We made the point not that long ago that
if you're a true fan. And if you're a realist and you can be objective, you can see that Dak Prescott, like you said, man, he was, like I said, the guy was throwing the ball all over the place, man. He was a very inaccurate quarterback, man. Sometimes in some games, like I said, you be like, oh man, this guy can throw football. Dak Prescott is back. Then the next week, come back out and play a good team. You're like, oh man, where was that last week? What was that? Where would this come from? I mean, last week we called this guy elite, but this week this guy can't hit a 5-yard moving target.
Because of this contractual cycle Prescott and the Cowboys are in, because the Cowboys waited as long as they did to make him an offer that he would accept. They ended up over a barrel. He's got this contract that has a $59 million cap number next year. There's been talk that it's imperative for them to get that deal extended. Jerry Jones said yesterday that not necessarily is that the case. They're careening towards something here. And at some point, and some folks in the media, I wrote about this, and I think they deliberately misinterpreted what I was saying just so they could take some shots. Not the first time that's happened. But at some point, the Cowboys have to ask themselves, do we keep paying this guy market value or close to it if he's not going to be among the best performing franchise quarterbacks? Is there
I say no. Hey, this guy is getting paid too much money, man, to be an average quarterback, to be regular, and we're not going anywhere, man. Like I said, I would wait till this season over before I pay Dak Prescott, and I wouldn't budge. Because you got to make this guy work for his money, man. Got to make this guy work for his money.
point where we look for an off-ramp and start over and find another quarterback.
I hear you there.
The more contractual complication that he causes for them, the more likely they're just going to rip the Band-Aid off at some point. Because if you're paying franchise quarterback rates, but you're not getting franchise quarterback performance, that's a problem.
Yeah,
Big
it
problem.
is. It's. I think it's a legit conversation there. I do. You know, yeah. Do you want to pay him like the top guys in the sport? Is he that? I think that's debatable. I really do.
No, I don't think it might be debatable to some people, but to a lot of people, especially some of the Cowboys fans, hey, this guy is not worth all that money, man. It's not worth all that money. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care about all the other fans and their feelings, because they want to be a mediocre football team, and a lot of these fans just worry about winning the NFC East. There is more out there to just beating the NFC East. There's a lot of teams out there in the NFL that you got to get past to go win a championship. And the NFC East is, if you're being merged by the NFC East, and hey, I don't know what to say about you.
And again, it was only 2 years ago, right, when they went to Seattle. And remember Jerry Jones after the game talking about, hey, Russell Wilson ran around and made all these plays and did all these things and carried his team. I sure like our quarterback to do some of that, right? I think that's what he said. I think that's what Dallas wants. He's done a lot of good, and I don't take that away, but I think that they're looking for the next level, Dak. We want you to take over games and big games in certain moments.
Big game. We want you to take over big games. And we haven't seen that take over a big game yet. What evidence do you guys have that Dak Prescott has taken over a game, we're playing good teams in a big game, and Dak Prescott came back and won the game, or Dak Prescott won the game? I'll wait.
He's played in some games here as a starting quarterback and, been on the better team as a starting quarterback in the playoffs and lost a few of them. In the last two playoff appearances he had, he did not play well, in either 49er game. The way he played in Washington at the end of the year. He does a lot of good things. He's tough in the pocket. He's a good deep ball thrower, right? But he's got a slow delivery. He can't flick it and doesn't necessarily throw sidearm throws and do all that. So there are some traits that he does not have that the superstars do have. And I think that's, the conversation you're having and the Jones will probably have is going to be real at some point.
So there you heard it, man, from Chris Sims, man, a former quarterback for the in the NFL. And man, that guy, he has some good points about Dak Prescott, man. Whether you guys want to believe it or not, man, it is what it is. And some of you guys, y'all know it, but don't want to admit it, But that's for you to decide, man. But like I say, man, I agree with most of his points about Dak Prescott, and it's come upon a time, man, you got to say no, man. You got to say, it's time to move on. You're wasting too much money out there on this guy, and the guy can't get the job done. Like I said, he's an average quarterback at best. He's going to win some games here and there in the regular season. You're going to win some games. But like Plexico Burress said, you can't not win a championship with this guy. Because when he get in a big game, the guy, like I said, he look lost. He can't handle that. He can't handle that pressure. And Chris Sims said he don't have the arm talent like these superstars in the NFL have. And that's a big problem, man. That's a big problem. But Dak Prescott need to get his act together, man, because when you got guys out here, man, some of your contemporaries that played the game with you, and they gotta have these opinions about you because they played the game, man. Hey, some of you guys have to look at that and say, hey, maybe it's some truth to this, man. Maybe it's some truth to this, because these guys are not going to keep this come out and keep dogging out Dak Prescott and calling him out in the media for no reason at all. No, they're not going to do it. If Dak Prescott want to shut these guys up, Dak Prescott need to come out this year. This is going to be the year. If Dak Prescott don't come out this year, and if we go to the playoff and we one and done again, do you think if Dallas Cowboys should pay Dak Prescott the next year $59 million? What do you guys think? What do you guys think if Dak Prescott comes up short of making the playoff this year? Because some guys got the Cowboys not making the playoff because of the hard schedule we have. But just say we're a wild card team and make the playoffs and get in there and lose. Do you guys think that we should pay Dak Prescott, extend Dak Prescott contract? If you do, comment down in the comment section. If you don't, comment down in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think about Dak Prescott. If you don't get the job done this year, and what some of these guys are saying about Dak Prescott, is it true? Is it fair? Is it not fair? Or people just being honest? Until the next time, it's your boy Breezy, and I'm out. I'll let you.